job is my passion, but at times it can be extremely challenging. I do wonder if there's a way to make it more efficient and smarter.
Welcome everyone. Today I'm standing here at a PK 58 and I have Michael Völker. He is head of product management actually for our cranes. Michael, you've been with the company for 30 years, Art?
Something like that, yeah. Right.
And you're going to be telling us a lot about our PK 58002 Tech 7. We're also going to have a look at smart control. And we're also going to have a look at eDrive.
Exactly.
Let's first have a look at our PK58, which is a completely different or a new model within the tech range of cranes. And what does tech actually mean?
Yeah, Andrea, tech stands for technology. And it defines the top range of PALFINGER loader cranes. The tech cranes are the ones that can be equipped with the most fancy of assistance and control systems. And this 7 especially shall indicate the level of performance and the level of technology for our customers so that they can choose the right model exactly for their application.
So this PK58 Tech 7 is quite typical of the tech range. Tell us what's really special about it.
Yeah, the tech range at the first glance is defined by the so-called P profile, which is a hexagon, not a hexagonal, but a polygonal profile. And the characteristic is that it is sliding very, very smoothly. It is very rigid. Though it is light in weight, it is lighter than a conventional hexagonal profile. That's the glue behind it. And this is why our operators love it. And maybe we can show it how good this profile is running.
Yeah.
And Andrea, the clue is, because it is so rigid, the operators love it, because then you can place the loads with pinpoint accuracy.
Wow. And the 58, it stands for more or less, you could say, the meter-ton class. What is the actual lifting capacity of the crane?
The 58 stands for the meter-ton class because, of course, we have to categorize our cranes, yeah? But I would say more than that, this is a Tech 7 unit. And this, as explained, it comes with additional features that raise the performance of the crane. So on this one, if we equip this crane with a so-called fly chip that you see over there on the platform of the truck, and we activate our system called DPSC, we can boost this so-called 58 into a 65 or 70 meter ton class. So this crane is a competition to our own 65, and it will be competition to some of those so-called 60s and 70s out in the market.
Okay, so Michael, DPSC, are you calling this a kind of wonder weapon?
From the pure engineering point of view, it's not a wonder weapon, because what we do is we equip the tech models with the state-of-the-art sensor technology that's available on the market. And our aim is to always exactly know the status of the crane and the position of the crane. We know exactly where the load is, where the boom tip is positioned. And we take all this information, and with our systems, working with algorithms, we calculate and make the best out of every single situation in combination with chip.
Okay, so you're more or less saying the benefit for the customers and its attributes are that it's a much stronger crane. Is this right?
It's a stronger crane, but the most important thing from our point of view is the weight, the dead weight. Because with activating DPSC, I can turn a 58 into a 70. Still, with the dead weight of a 58. And that means more payload for our customers, less fuel consumption for our customers. It's eco-friendly. And yeah, on top of that, it's very good for our customers' wallet. And that's one of the main points.
Okay, so there are many features available, and you've obviously just named a whole number of these as examples. Is there anything more that you'd like to say about the examples? Or I think you might have something to show our guests out there and our viewers.
Yeah, there's much more to show, I would say, but I think our customers should look for themselves in our new promotion video of the tech features.
Thank you, Michael, for your input. We're going to be moving over now to our PK48002 Tech 7 with smart boom control. I think we should head over there.
Yeah, let's do so.
Michael, I've just heard that there's audience out there that have some questions. Would you like to answer them?
Any question you like?
Okay, one of our audience out there has said or asked about the tech cranes having a number of sensors. Could this lead to any kind of complication or problems?
This is the good old story, being afraid of technology, I know. All of us have experienced, I think that was the 90s of the last century, when cars broke down because of fancy electronics and trucks broke down. But please, it's the year 2020. And there's one thing I know, that if I look to our electronic systems, if I look to our radio remote control systems, we have a very, very low failure rate. And why is that? Because we have the most advanced test facilities in the business, for sure. We do testing with climate change chambers. We have vibrator tests. We do anything to get the whole system stable. I think nobody else in the business is doing that on that level.
Well, thanks for the input. If anyone else out there has questions, send in your questions. Our experts will surely be able to answer all the questions. I think we should make our way over to the PK48.
I follow you.
That's where we're heading. Michael, it looks unbelievable what you've set up here with the PK48. I'm really excited to hear what you have to say. I hope
the
our
48
audience are going to love it.
Some kind of little brother to the 58, but this one is different.
I'm sure everyone's absolutely excited to hear about what's new, what's going on with this crane.
On this 48 Tech 7, we have installed what we call smart boom control. So this is a different way of operating the crane. Yeah. While on a standard loader crane, you always focus on kind of main boom up, main boom down, extensions out, extensions in. We have installed here a boom dip control we call smart boom control. And just with the push of a button on the Balcom P7 control system, you can change from the normal standard loader crane mode into this smart boom control mode.
So it sounds pretty fancy. So it's more or less an automatic mode.
Not really automatic. Boom tip control means that rather than doing individual single functions on the crane, as it has always been since loader cranes exist, our operators can really focus on the boom tip. And this is actually exactly what they want to do their job.
So operation is so much easier. Do you think I could try it?
Even I can do it, so you can do it for sure. But maybe we can show how it's working. It gives you exact horizontal and vertical movements. Maybe we can show that.
Love to see it. Apart for comfort, just for the operators, I can imagine it opens up complete new possibilities.
Yeah, as you have seen, it gives you exact horizontal and vertical movements. And there are some applications where you need exactly these features. Yeah, like if you're working with an earth auger, a drill unit, then you need an exact vertical movement. If you're lifting an underground waste bin from its bit in the ground, you need an exact vertical movement. Or if you're working with a grab and you're putting some soil in a trench or gravel in a trench, then you need the horizontal movement. So there are applications out there that are made much more easy by using smart boom control.
So you can make even more improvements to the existing ones, more or less.
Yes, you can do special applications as explained, but what we've experienced on Bauma, when we've been talking to our operators, we had a demo unit there and they have been testing this new system. They thought it's hard to get used to it, but within minutes they've been able to operate the crane in the new mode. And they told us, listen guys, even a simple job like loading or unloading a truck is made much more easier if I can focus on the boom tip. So we have great expectations to this smart boom control.
Okay, so you obviously got good customer feedback from the Bauma.
Absolutely.
And maybe we can watch a video.
I can prove it.
Cool.
We have it on video.
Great.
I can prove it.
Ich habe heute die Smart Boom Control ausprobieren dürfen und die ist total einfach, lässig, cool und es macht einfach nur Spaß.
Das Smart Boom Control System der Firma PALFINGER wird in Zukunft für den Kranoperator in gewissen Situationen bei kniffligen Kraneinsetzungen das Ganze in Einsatz erleichtern, weil er sich dann mehr um das Umfeld der Baustelle konzentrieren kann, als nur rein um die Bewegung vom Kran und das Ganze nachher effizienter und sicherer für den ganzen Kraneinsatz wird.
Eine super Sache. Über Einhebelsteuerung, ganz leicht zu bedienen, super Bewegungsabläufe. Ich bin total zufrieden.
Thank you, Michael, very much for the interview.
Okay, you're welcome.
I think we're gonna make our way to the E-Drive.
Yep.
Let's go and have a look.
My biggest challenge? To maximize the utilization of my cranes, especially in noise-sensitive city areas where working hours are extremely restricted.
So, dear audience, we are now standing right in front of our PK18502SH with E-Drive. And Michael, this is a crane that can be driven automatically, am I right?
Electrically.
Electrically.
This is what eDrive stands for, yeah?
Electrically.
Not only that it is an electrically driven crane, it's much more than that. Because what we do here is we take a conventional BK18502SH, a standard 6x4 chassis, and PALFINGER turns it into an eDrive concept. And the special thing about it is that we have 3 different ways to supply the crane with energy. Number 1, and probably the most important one, is that the power comes directly from the battery packs that are integrated in the subframe of the chassis. But number 2, and this is also very interesting and can be very saving for the customer, is that if you have a 400 volts, 230 volts power supply on your construction site, you simply plug the crane in and work with the energy coming from the net. And third, and not the least, we've integrated a generator. So if the truck engine is operating, we supply the eDrive crane with energy from the generator.
Okay, so I'm correct in saying that you are offering here more or less a hybrid solution.
3 different ways of operating caused the effect that in the very early stage of the project, we call it a tribrid. And then we said, no, we give that away. But yeah, from the customer's point of view, it's a hybrid because it can be operated on the conventional way or with battery. And battery, our main focus is on battery because if no other energy supply is there, and if you're not allowed to have the engine running of the truck, then the battery drive is the best option.
Okay, so operating time with this battery, does it mean that the crane requires a lot of power, a lot of energy?
A loader crane requires a lot of energy. We are able to operate in a typical loader crane cycle some round about 3 hours, give or take a little, for standard loading and unloading application. Yeah, but the clue is, and this is my favorite feature of our eDrive, is since we've integrated the generator here, while the engine is running, the battery is recharged. So you move from one construction site to the next site, you drive along and recharge the battery. And this really boosts the possibilities for us.
So the operator can see the actual status and how much energy supply is actually remaining?
Yes, for this purpose, we have integrated an HMI, a display, into the system. And on this display that will be fit in the cabin of the truck, you can see the energy consumption, you can see all the statistics, you can see where the energy is coming from, the pump flow, anything you need to know. Any information for the operator is supplied on this HMI.
Sounds fascinating. Michael, you said this is an eco-friendly solution, or is it an eco-friendly solution, and what kind of benefits are there for the end user?
Of course, it is a very eco-friendly solution, but the main point is another. You can work with this eDrive crane where no one else can, and when no one else can. So you work in the inner city, early in the morning, late at night, near a hospital, inside a building, with almost no noise and emission-free. And this is boosting the application for our customers.
What a great advantage. Will this kind of technology be available for all the PALFINGER cranes eventually?
At the very moment, it is limited to SH and tech models and to around about 20 megatons. Why? Because we limited the systems on purpose to 48 volts. Because then all our service stations worldwide can maintain this crane. Because 48 volts is the limit. If you go higher, you have to have a special training, special licensing. But this eDrive concept can be serviced by all our service stations worldwide, and that's a big benefit. And I think soon we will see a new technology, because exactly in this field, technology is moving so rapidly.
So I guess you can say with that, the future is electric.
The future is electric. The future will bring electric trucks, and with that, electric cranes. And until then, we offer a standard loader crane concept, a standard chassis, and PALFINGER will turn that for our customers into an e-drive concept. That's it.
Hi, Thomas from Kranal og Transport AS in Norway. While waiting for a new PK92, I've had the chance to test out this Accu crane for a couple of weeks. I gotta say, especially in residential areas, early in the morning and stuff, it's really nice to be able to operate the crane without having to listen to the engine of the truck running. And the cool thing about it is, once you run out of power after a couple of hours, you can just start the engine up and run it as a normal crane.
Michael, thank you so much for your time here, for showing us all these applications, these new technological advances. I hear that there is one question that's come in from Norway, and maybe you can answer it.
Yeah. Okay.
The question is, would it pay off? Batteries and generators mean a lot of costs.
Yeah.
What is your opinion?
Yeah. The technology there, the generator, the battery, this is extra costs. But yes, of course it will pay off, because pretty soon you will not be allowed to work in the inner city of Vienna. I think in Oslo it's already like that they have very strict limitations. So if you are able to do the job that nobody else can do at times when nobody else is allowed to work, that will pay off for sure.
Thanks for your input. I'm going to be handing back over to Mariana now, and she's standing at our hook loaders and skip loaders. She's going to be introducing you with Marcus Tiefenberg. Stay tuned.
My biggest challenge? Time is money. I need to shorten up the training period.
Hello again, everybody. I'm now here with Marcus Tiefenberg. He's the Global Product Manager for PALFINGER hook and skip loaders. So hello to you, Marcus. We're very lucky at the moment. It's not raining. And you're going to share with us some of the latest innovations in your area. So what have you got for us?
Yes, thank you for having me. Today, I'd like to present to you our newest development in the range of our hook loaders. It's the telescopic range, and we call it the new PHT range. And this new PHT range features actually the most modern control system in the world of hook loaders, what we call the pad touch system.
Okay, I mean, this whole thing looks kind of impressive, but can you maybe tell us a little bit more about this pad touch system, and why is it special? How does it add value to PALFINGER's customers?
The pad touch system is developed mainly for the European market. The pad touch system features a rear view camera, and actually one is a standard, but it can handle up to 3 rear view cameras positioned independently anywhere on the truck, whatever the customer desires. It also features an automatic cycle, and what the automatic cycle does is basically a single lever operation. So with only one lever, you can control all functions on the hook loader, as well as also the speed. So it is especially designed for customers, and this is the biggest challenge for our customers in Europe at least, where they have problems to find well-trained operators. And therefore it should be simple and easy to operate the unit, also for not so experienced drivers.
You mentioned the problem that the European market has, but you have customers all over the world. How does PALFINGER keep track of all the different challenges that different customers in different parts of the world may have, and how do you help them overcome these challenges?
That's actually a big problem, not a big problem, but it's a big task to fulfill. As I mentioned, the Part Touch is basically designed for the European markets where the demand is quite high. But in other countries, we provide similar units to different container standards as well, also with more simple and easier control systems, matching the demands of those customers in other markets like in Asia or anywhere in South America.
Okay, Marcus, I have a feeling that our viewers would love to see this thing in action. So can we actually get a demonstration of how it works?
Yes, my colleague is actually already sitting in the truck. We can now have a look how he is performing to bring the container down onto the ground within the automatic cycle function.
Okay, let's see it. Okay, that was very impressive, if not a little bit noisy, but that's how these things work. Obviously, Marcus, thanks for that. Thanks for your operator for doing the demonstration, but I have a feeling you're already thinking about the next step, you're thinking into the future. Can you give us a glimpse into the future of the hook loaders?
Yes, I'd like to do so. Actually, right now we are in the development phase, in the final development phase actually of our so-called ILA system. ILA stands for Intelligent Loading Assist. And what this will be is a camera system at the rear end of the truck which actually detects the container and the container bar. The idea is after we've more or less automized the operation of the hook loader itself, the next step, the next logical step, is to include the container which is to be taken on into this automatic function. And an intelligent camera system like the ILA, what we are actually designing, will actually detect the container when it's on the ground. It guides the operator towards the container, and it automizes the hook loader operation, so it fully controls the system, and it automizes the connection process from the hook to the container as well. At the end of the unloading procedure, it also has an automatic release function, so the operator just actually does not need to control the hook loader anymore. He can fully concentrate on the driving and steering of the truck, and therefore it's also a safety increasing function. Anyway, there are much more to tell about this ILA, and I can't explain it here because it would be too much, I guess. But we've prepared a short video, which we would like to show right now.
Great, let's have a look. Now, Marcus, this all sounds very exciting, but I bet you our customers may be wondering, when will this ILA system be available to them?
We've presented the first prototype on the last Bauma show already, and we used this Bauma show basically to collect first feedback from our customers, if this is really what our customers are looking for. And after this very positive event, we started the serial development of this product. Right now, we are entering into an extended testing phase, and we expect the market launch in October next year.
And Marcus, it is starting to rain a little bit, but I actually do have just a few questions that some of our customers sent in to us that they wanted me to ask you. I have a few here. Someone asked, is it still possible to operate the hook loader in a classic way, like function by function?
For the part touch control, I guess, yes, it is. In fact, all container moving functions, we call it, so all the functions which are used to move the container up or down, forward or backward, are controllable via the joystick. And all supporting functions like rear bumper or locking functions are controlled via the touchscreen. So yes, it is possible to run it outside of automatic cycle, function by function.
Well, someone else sent us a question about the touchscreen, and they're asking, why do you need a touchscreen? Isn't that expensive? What would you say to them?
For sure, a touchscreen is probably not the cheapest way of creating a control system for a hook loader, but in fact it provides the one feature, which is the extension of the view, which is the camera and the picture which you get from the screen on the screen. Second, the touchscreen is providing also a service feature, because we provide through the touchscreen important information to the operator and as well to the fleet manager, as long as the unit is connected via our telematics system. And on the end, the functionality of the touchscreen is so much better, and the costs are not dramatically more expensive compared to other systems. Okay, so let's not forget we have a challenge, and we have to bring the container in position for our bikers.
Marcus Tiefenbach, thank you so very much for sharing all of your insights with us. I think we do need to go find a couple of umbrellas in the meantime, but I will now hand over to my colleague, Andrea, who is standing by at the Epsilon solution. Hello to you, Andrea.
My biggest challenge? I need a multifunctional crane solution for a wide range of applications.
Thank you very much, Mariana. I'm standing here at Epsilon, and we've got a great product here, the Epsilon 12L. I would at first like to show you a video. It's really, really interesting, and then I'm going to be introducing Markus Predinger.
Design, technology and comfort for your success. That is what drives us every day. Because if you're successful, so we are. With over 40 years of experience in crane production and over 40,000 cranes produced. We're the world-leading producer of lifting solutions, of specialized cranes for timber, recycling and construction applications. Therefore, we're a solution provider for hard and long-lasting applications with fast movements and many loading cycles. Our cranes come into use when material needs to be loaded fast and precise. This opens quite a wide field of possible challenges for our cranes. From getting the trees out of the wood with forwarders, skidders, tractors, chippers, or even cable yarding in extremely steep terrain, to the transport out of the forest and to the sawmills. In the field of construction and recycling, we offer solutions for the handling of green waste manipulation, of recycling material, container handling, as well as manipulation of loose construction material as earth or sand. But for all these solutions, we always have one focus, the operator, who is working with our equipment day by day. For those, we developed a range of unique features which makes the handling of our cranes as easy and convenient as never before.
Hi, Markus.
Hi, Andrea.
Markus has been working for PALFINGER at Epsilon for 13 years, and he's actually head of EMEA sales, and since October, he's running the company as managing director. The crane in the background here, the M12L, is used quite commonly at the moment for construction sites and is running around through northern Germany. Markus, I loved the video, and I'm excited about new developments.
Yes, thank you, Andrea. There's almost nothing left, except, of course, the most important thing, talking about more solutions from the PALFINGER timber and recycling range. We have here, as you mentioned already, the newest innovation in the field of construction. It's the M12L80 from our Next Step solution range. And the special solution here on this crane is that this crane has load sensing and the HPSC system, and that's new.
Okay, but a little bit more of a general question. You've got so many customers out there with huge challenges. What kind of solutions can we offer these customers?
Yeah, I mean, in principle, the Epsilon products are designed for timber and recycling applications and construction applications. Basically, you can say the cranes come into use for very hard and long-lasting applications, many working cycles, very fast movements. And therefore, the challenges are always the optimization of the payloads, the speed of the operation, and also the comfort and the safety for the operators. And as there is a lack of operators out there in the markets, this helps also the business owners to keep the operators in the business.
And Marcus, what do these specific solutions show us, what you're demonstrating today? Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, about the special solutions, yes. Many of you would expect probably today a typical timber crane from Epsilon. But as we are selling and producing already 40% into the recycling and construction business, we decided to show today the versatility of our range. And therefore, in this case here, we listened very close to the customers in the urban area of Berlin, as you mentioned in the beginning already. And in these areas, the customers are moving bulk from construction sites. They are moving earth, sand, gravel or green waste. And the challenge in this case is really to have one crane which is doing all the tasks. And therefore, we developed this solution. It's a rear-mounted Epsilon crane with a clamshell bucket and a two-side tipper, and that's our solution. But here I would suggest to have a closer look to the product. My colleague Michael will show us more details in the crane and operation.
You're great, Michael. Come on over to us. So, hi, Michael.
Hi.
What's it like operating this crane?
This crane just feels great. And with the master drive, you have a very comfortable walking position, and the crane reacts very precise and fast. And with the HPSC system, you can use the crane in narrow and urban areas.
I think you kind of like want to demonstrate something to us now, so let's do it.
Yeah.
Marcus, when I look at this solution, you mentioned master drive. It's catching my eye. Tell me something about it. It looks really exciting.
Yeah. The master drive is the first seat in the industry which offers additional security for the operator due to the shells on the side. Yeah, so he's sitting very safe in the seat, Michael. Additionally, we have this mechanical suspension, which is very good for the comfort of the operator. We have ergonomic armrests, which helps also the operator when sitting a long time in the seat, less backache. And finally, the crane has servo-controlled joysticks. So this is how the crane is steered. And this is also something what we have seen already before. You can operate the crane very fast, but also very precise. And that's important in these applications.
Well, I can certainly see the comfort here for the operators. And on top of that, it looks absolutely awesome.
Yeah, it looks awesome. It looks really cool. And I can tell you, it's even cooler if it is raining outside, like today, very harsh weather conditions. Then you can close the top, can close the abs. And this, of course, protects the operator very well if it is rainy, if there is sun, wind, whatever. Yeah, additional comfort.
What a perfect solution. Can we hear anything? I'd say, what about reduction in noise? Can we hear something?
Now at the moment, you're right, it's quite quiet at the moment, because if the crane is on a construction site, then due to the load sensing system, the hydraulic flow reduces down to almost zero. And this saves fuel on the one hand side, but also reduces costs, of course. It's good for the environment. And another advantage, of course, is if the crane is again in operation, then the system regulates up again, makes the crane faster and also very precise.
Well, that's even better for everyone out there.
Yes.
Thank you, Marcus. That was a great interview. Thanks so much for the information. As you can see, Epsilon have fantastic offers. They have super products. It's all about going the maximum outreach. It's about strength. It's about speed. There are demo cranes running around in Germany at the moment, driving around. If any of you are interested in taking a look, testing it out, please feel welcome to try it out. Thank you, Marcus. That was fantastic.
Thank you.
All right, the 45 minutes are up. I'm here with our bikers, Tom and Marco. Guys, are you ready for the challenge? Tom, are you ready?
Yes, absolutely. Can't wait to start.
Okay, and what about you, Marco? Are you ready?
Yeah, me as well. I can't wait.
All right, Thomas Muka, you heard it from these guys. They are ready for the challenge, but what about PALFINGER? Is the obstacle course ready for them?
Yes, we are ready. Just finished now.
Okay, so
yes.
We just finished.
So welcome to our team challenge now with our different solutions. We built up the challenges for Tom and Marco. So this is great. They have to overcome. And I have a little bit to admit, I'm really anxious that these brave guys will do it. We fitted them with our Smart Eye solution and the fleet monitor tracking to see out of their perspective how the course is.
Okay, so we're gonna kind of be on your heads as you're doing the challenge. So we're gonna be able to see sort of what's happening from the tops of your helmet. So that's really exciting. Okay, we've got the challenge ready. The athletes are ready. There's nothing else to say except ready,
start,
set, hang on, and go! Woo-hoo!
The first challenge is the container, which we delivered with the PHT20. The drivers have to master a height of 2.6 meters with their bikes and get over this slope, dealing with this uneven and slippery surface of the container. Here at the gravel wall, we challenge the bikers to overcome gravity by jumping to 2.6 meters. From PALFINGER's side, we can guarantee that the concrete walls are safe, because we had them checked by Struck Inspect in advance. Here in the low emission zone, you are not allowed to enter with your motorbike. No problem for Tom, but let's see what Marco does. Our PK48 with the smart boom control has already performed here. Now it's the turn of the bikers. They have to overcome their fear of unsteady heights so that they can climb to the top of the stairs. To the end of the course, we came up with something special. Marco and Tom have to cross a narrow beam at a height of 3 meters. Our forklifts will help them up safely, and they will use our fall protection mode. As already mentioned, we installed on their helmet our smart eye system. Let's have a look from their perspective. On top, we fitted these 2 drivers with our fleet monitor tracker to enable us to see their performance on the course.
Oh my gosh, guys, that was incredible. I'm just still, like, my heart is still beating just having watched the 2 of you, but how do you guys feel? Maybe Tom, you can tell us, how was it for you?
I feel really good. There are little tears in the eyes, but that's from the cold. Yeah, PALFINGER didn't joke around here. They built us a really cool setup, and it was really challenging as well, but we made it through, man.
Yeah. Marco, what about you?
Yeah, it was quite scary, but we made it, and I'm happy about that. My heart is still pumping, and we made it. Like, that's the most important thing.
So I have to ask you, have you ever had a challenge with a crane before?
No, I rode on a lot of stuff, like Porsches or even tanks, but no cranes so far, so that was really fun.
And what was the scariest challenge out of all the challenges in the obstacle course?
Definitely the beer crates. So it went really high up, and up there it's a little bit wobbling as well. So it was quite tricky to do the drop afterwards and then get back down safely.
And Marco, were the beer crates also the most challenging for you?
Yeah, it was one of the craziest, but like the big jump by the gravel was also really scary, and that was like one of the biggest stuff for me.
Well, we're very excited that you guys made it. So you can see these guys are professionals. They knew what they were doing. Don't try this at home, everybody. I keep telling you that. And you know, just like these are professional athletes, PALFINGER offers you the professional solutions. The 2 came together today. We're really thrilled. So thanks to you guys, and thanks to all of you for watching us and joining us, even if it's virtually. But we're so glad that you could share in this moment with all of us. So thank you, and we hope to see you in person someday very, very soon.
And I had an absolute blast here today. This course was amazing. The challenge was certainly accepted. For all of you avid watchers out there, stay tuned. We've got some fascinating interviews still coming up. One with truck-mounted forklifts and the second one with access platforms. From me, goodbye. Stay fit, stay warm. Winter's on its way. And goodbye from Lengau.
Yay!